That because a lot of people, a lot of new people are just afraid to do the work. Seriously. I mean, success leaves clues. Hint, hint. That man works all day long. Our salon is working. He's grinding around as we speak. We're doing three-way calls. Just do the work. But as far as my story, just a quick version of my story.
Speak it, bro. Take it.
To be honest,
you got the room till
man,
tomorrow.
my story really started off with being an entrepreneur. I've been around successful entrepreneurs all my life with my wife. Her family, they own restaurants. My parents, they own wholesale businesses where they used to sell knickknacks to Exxon, to Shell gas station and whatnot, right? And they've been successful. So my whole mindset was never an employee mindset. It was never to go get the 9-to-5 job. When I asked my mom, she's a little Korean lady. I'm like, Mama, how come you don't get a job? She's like, for what? I'm not gonna be free. I make more money doing the business. Even Mama knew this, right? So, I call myself a big shot. I got into the wholesale business. I was in the wholesale business making $800 a day profit, selling tons of volume of product or whatnot. And then I took the wholesale business and actually, had a brilliant idea to partner up with a couple business partner of mine, and we created a awesome store in Pentagon City Mall. It's a prevalent mall in Virginia. It's actually near the Pentagon. Okay, all of the government officials shop there. Anybody, if it's upscale mall, let's put it that way. Okay. And we did well. First year, I was doing a lot of fashion shows. We thought we were the man. We bought the car. We had everything going. It's around 2006. Then 2008, the housing bubble bursted, and it just wasn't cool to buy rhinestone shirts that cost $150 anymore. It just wasn't cool to spend $240 on a jean anymore when people are literally just trying to put gas and food on the tables. Guess what? So we lost our business. We lost everything. Over $200,000 investment. I lost a good friend, a business partner of mine actually committed suicide. He felt like it was the end of his life. I actually got super duper depressed, gained so much weight you probably wouldn't even recognize me, right? And I went in a downward spiral because I just thought that, this was it. I was gonna be a success. But with anything in life, you're gonna have failure. You just gotta understand that, everybody wants to have the glory, but there is a story before the glory, right? Now, I just believe that for a fact. If you want that type of success and you see this, you see all that, you got to be willing to make the sacrifices for that to happen, okay? So I got depressed, gained a whole bunch of weight, didn't do anything for a whole year. Nobody checked up on me, no friends. The only one that checked on me was my mom. I was depressed, I didn't do anything. Nothing productive was going on in my life. My wife was working, right? She was working a full-time job, looking at me like, when are you gonna get your job? What are you doing? You're the man of the house, right? Didn't feel too good. I don't know, hey, anybody here married? Raise your hand. Huh? So if you're married, you raise your hand, right? And as a man in the house, you're supposed to be able to provide, provide the best life for your family, right? Is it a good feeling when you can't do the things that you want to do? Right? It's not a good feeling, especially being the man of the house. So one night, I was doing what I was regularly doing, drinking beer, being unproductive, doing everything possible, who's going out tonight or whatnot. My wife, she comes downstairs and she slams the door and she just looks at me. I'm on the couch and she just stands there and just says, you know what? This is really sad, but I really want to tell this in my heart. God is not going to do nothing for you unless you do something for yourself. Sitting here, being depressed, it's not going to do nothing for you. See, another thing is, what people really want is they want life to be easier. But to be honest, in life, you must get stronger as you get older. Life doesn't get easier, you get stronger. Life does not get easier, you get stronger. If that makes any sense. Okay? So from there, I started, I was like, you know what, I gotta go find a job. I went, I took an IT course back in 2000 when I was in college, didn't know nothing about IT at all. I went and applied for job after job after job after job, just believing that someone's gonna hire me, right? Because I never had I never had an IT position before. I never had the experience, in the workforce, I would say. But my belief was that I was gonna get the job. What did I do to get the job? I didn't just sit down on my chair and just law of attraction the job, right? I actually filled out the application, read all of the job descriptions, and got really, really good at repeating it back to the managers. Because they would ask me questions, well, what have you done? Well, I was able to do this. So, I was able to support Microsoft, upgrade, migrate, blah, 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 right? I did it so well that, one company gave me a shot. Just like, you know what, we want to take a look at you. Can you come in? We got about 5 candidates, and we got about 3 spots to fill for a temporary job, temp to perm, right? I went in there, didn't know anything, remember? I never had no job, I've never had no experience, but it was my attitude, right? Just like what Mr. Christopher Terry said. See, what I was doing is I was believing, I was praying, I was believing that it was gonna happen for me. And my attitude in the actual interview itself actually spoke to the manager. He said, you know what, you're very green. What that means is you don't really know that much, right? But I love your attitude. I love your attitude. But we have a couple more interviews to go through, and we're gonna see if maybe we might follow up with you. 2 days later, I get the job, right? I'm actually working a job as an IT professional, but there's a second problem, right? I've never worked on computers before. I never worked on computers before. So this is what happens. This is what happens when you start having belief. People, things, and situations start to show up in your life. I met this young lady by the name of Adora Abdul, one of my best friends. She literally showed me how to do IT. She knew that I didn't know, right? It's the faith and the belief when I was on the couch without a job that I was gonna get here. And when I got there, people, situations, and things showed up because of the belief. Ever since then, I've been looked back. 5, 6, 7 years later, I've been working an IT position. I'm working still now. I make really good money doing it, right? But I still believe in becoming an entrepreneur. That's my dream, not to work the 9 to 5, but becoming an entrepreneur. Don't quit your job. Your bank will tell you when to quit. Your bank account will tell you when to quit. People so quick to quit their job, and their bank account is still, I'm not going to even say the word, right? Their bank account is not telling you to quit, right? It's more impressive when you say, hey, I've hit Platinum 4K and I got a full-time job, right? Hey, I earned about $40,000 in my job, but I earned an extra $48,000 in my business. That's $88,000 for the year. That's impressive. Hey, I go full time. I'm going Platinum 4K. Cool. There's a lot of people already making that kind of money in their real job. That's cool. Do I really want to get out of my job to do that? Right? Your bank account will tell you guys, And I tell you guys to tell you this, like, if any of you are going through the struggles in the business and you feel like, like I don't know, or I'm just hoping, or I'm gonna try, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it, man. And I harp on mindset because the mindset drives the activity, man. It really, really does. The mindset drives the activity. It really, really does, man. So I just wanted that was my short story. I've been that's my short story. I've been up, running. I just want to be able to share that with you because I know for a fact that each and every one of you could be chairmen here if you just choose to. You just gotta choose to. It's already on paper. Everyone hasn't seen it yet. So that's my story, man. What I'm gonna do go downstairs, get some drinks.